Hi there and welcome to Mighty Success Blueprint. My name is Nicholas here and I'm really excited to be here. Are you really excited to be alive? Are you actually alive? That's the question, right? It's not a guarantee. Remember, you've got to make the choice to be alive. I've been doing a subject and this is off today's video. I'm just going, just sharing this quickly. We have been covering a subject, and that's one of the clubs that I attend, one of the mastermind groups that I attend, and that's called Success Club. We've been covering decision making, and we actually spoke about the fact that decisions are made every single day. Even the decision to be alive today is made, by yourself, right? Nobody makes that for you, unfortunately or fortunately. You make that decision by yourself, right? In this video, I'm going to be talking about a routine. Why you must have a routine. I know you want to be successful, which is why you're watching this video, all right? But why must you have a morning or daily routine? Doesn't have to be morning only, because a day is 24 hours. Hey, you've got to track every minute of your day. You've got to track every second. You've got to track the hours, right? Otherwise, they are lost without you knowing. And the same applies to money, right? But we are not talking about money today. Let's talk about your day, right? So why must you have a daily routine, right? That's very, very important, right? So first of all, you must understand that we are creatures of habit. Everything that we learn, even failing, is a result of habit. Somebody deceived you, all right? Because it has to be deception to get you to fail. Somebody deceived you that you're not worthy, you're not enough. And then you went down that track and started failing. You failed one day. And then you believed that you will fail another time and that you're not enough and you're not worth it. I'm probably not talking about you, but there are people who have believed these things and they have worked, right? Of course, it's sad that they have worked, but that's what life is like, right? So somebody had to get us into, accepting this fact, and we practiced it and we got there. So that's the power of habit. Anything that you practice, you actually pick and take on as a habit. I remember a quote from Tony Robbins. He said, repetition is the mother of skill. Right? You want to get skilled at anything, repeat it again and again and again. And the same applies to lies, same applies to anything. There is no lie. There is no lie really. Because whatever you talk about, whether not true, becomes truth the moment you talk about it. And that's the power that we have been given. We've been given power as human beings to choose our words very carefully. And the words that we choose, they make us. Right? When you talk to somebody, when probably, let's say you lied in quotes, because there is no lie actually. Whatever you say becomes truth to you. And that's one thing I read from one of the books, a really powerful book. And it said, learn to take every person at their word. It doesn't matter if they lied, take them at their word. Accept it, learn to accept it. And that's a good quality, right? So when you tell me something, I will accept it, right? Because it's true. When you say it, it becomes truth, right? That's the power of words that we have been given, and we can use that to change our lives for the better, right? But today we're talking about routine, right? There are things that you can actually put in place on purpose, right? And you might even start by lying about them, but they will become true. They will become reality. And that's really, really powerful to note. So why should we have a daily routine in the first place? First of all, we want to develop habits, probably. We want to get better at what we are doing, right? If you want to get better, then you must have a routine, right? Maybe you want to grow an area. You want to learn something, like the quote that I just gave you. Repetition is the mother of skill. So if you want to really learn, if you want to really get better at anything, then you gotta put repeated activities in place, either on purpose or there will be some activities that you will choose by default because your subconscious mind actually permits you to go where you're used to. It leads you down the path which you are accustomed to, if that makes sense, right? So for example, if you're used to let's say if I say to you, hey, how are you doing today? And you say, well, I'm not sure, man, today is really hard. Even if it was a really good day, you're going to end up saying things like the same things like you have already said. And that's very, very important to note. So unless you plan, there is a default plan for you. Unless you plan your day, there is a plan by default, right? Now, if you check in the link in the description below, you will find an article, and I have left an example of a routine, what you can have as a routine for yourself, right? That's the very same routine that I use. And it could include things like prayer, right? If you pray, it could include things like prayer. And it could include things like meditation. If you do meditation, exercise, that's indispensable. If you really want, if you really want to get, keep a routine in the first place, you have to be awake. You have to do some exercise, right? You have to be healthy to stay on track. Otherwise, you won't be able to keep it, right? You could have things like learning. You could learn every day purposely. Of course, you have, if for example, you want to become better at your job, maybe, whatever it is that you choose to become better at, you plan some lessons a day. So let's say this month, I plan to learn coding, right? I'm going to put strategic lessons every single day so that I get better at coding. And that's a learning session that could live on your list of daily disciplines, or call them your routine, right? And you could have things like quiet time, where you just stay still and think about that day. You could have things like journaling, right? All of those are good things to have. But above all that, you could also have your work, positioned on there, the tasks, different tasks that you plan for every day. Developing the habit of actually putting into your business is very, very important, right? So I'm going to share with you 5 benefits of a routine, 5 things that a routine will do for you. Why they also explain why you must have a routine. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're just an individual, a regular guy that's really willing to get the best out of their life, then you will definitely find this really important and very enlightening, right? So first of all, it helps you to grow great habits, good habits. So let's say you want to dump the old habits and you want to take on new ones. You're on a path, you're new to the path of personal development and you just want to get better. A routine can help you with that. It can help you to get, to pick up habits and to retain them, right? That's very, very important, especially if you want to move from one place to the other. You've got to put in some effort. You've got to put in some work. It won't come automatically, but when you do, it will be a game changer for you. The second reason is routines help you to build efficiency, right? You become efficient at what you do. You become, because if for example, you've been doing some things at the same time, right? A routine actually can help you to do things, to put activities at regular times, or those times when they're supposed to be done, right? And once you do that, you become a good time manager. You become efficient. You become good at spending your day the right way, and that's key if you really, really want to get the best out of your day. So that's very, very important. It helps you to increase efficiency, and that's one of the reasons why you must have a routine. And the third thing that a routine will help you with, or why you must have a routine, is it helps you to improve focus, right? So when you learn to manage your time, you will be able to actually get to understand, or you get into that momentum of doing things at the same time, or even doing things, because that's the beginning of focus. It will help you to increase your focus because you've got that particular time or that particular window to do a certain set of activities. Now, it may not matter what you're doing, but what happens is once you learn to respect time in that sense, then you can apply it to other things. You can apply it to your work, and you will understand that once you have a task to do, then you've got to allocate time to it. Otherwise, if you don't allocate time to it, it automatically fits the rest of the day or the rest of your time at work. So that's very, very important. Routines help you to improve your focus. Reason number 4, why you must have a routine or daily, whether it's daily, whether it's morning, is perfection, right? They help you to breed perfection. Now, you've heard of the saying, nobody's perfect. Of course, you're not looking for perfection, but what I'm talking about here is that sense of near perfection, where you actually get to do something and you do it well. If you've done it over and over again, then you will do it well. Let's say it's meditation. You can only get better at meditation by doing it every single day, taking time to learn. Let's say you're not interested in meditation. Maybe you love to learn something. Maybe you're learning something. Doing it over and over helps you to actually learn it faster, to actually learn it to the best potentials that you could. And the last reason why you must have a daily routine is it helps you. It removes the need for motivation, right? You will not need to be motivated because you will already have momentum, right? So one of the ways in which to help you, to help yourself to stay motivated all the time. In fact, I'm using that word because I don't have a replacement. But one of the ways to stay on track, regardless of what happens, is by creating or starting a routine. That's very, very important. It will help you to keep on track. It helps you to stay the course, to stay and master things. You don't need to be woken up because your system has already picked up the pace. So those are 5 reasons that are very, very important. So if you want to be perfect at what you do, and of course perfection doesn't exist, but I'm talking about a near perfection. I'm talking about getting better at what you do. Then you might want to really start having a routine. And if you want some ideas on what kind of routine you can actually set up, then check the link in the description. I've put a routine that I actually use every single day that helps me to stay on track, helps me to take my work to a whole new level. And yes, it works, right? I'm a new man today because of routine, things that we have repeated. And you yourself, you're new, you're different, you're better today, or you're probably trying because of routine, the things that you have developed that are either helping you or not helping you. So I encourage you today, pick up something, and get going with it. Thank you very much. I hope this was insightful. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe even right now. Otherwise, hey, you're going to miss out on great content that's going to take you to a whole new level in your life, in personal development and in your business, 10xing your business and things of the sort. And hey, share this if you think it was really, really insightful, and I'll see you next time.